You are now watching Game Point Sports Talk with an Edge.
Welcome to Game Point Sports.
I'm Robbie the Rockets.
And I'm M.GOODKNIGHT.
And this is Game Point.
No fingerprints.
Yay!
We in the house, man. How you doing today, Robbie?
Man, it's another day, another dollar. Blessed to be talking to you, man. Talking this mess, man. Shooting the breeze with you, King. You know, it's a blessing. How you doing today, brother?
Man, you know I'm always doing good, man. One day, man, after my birthday, just turned 22.
Shout out to my brother, Goodnight. Happy birthday, Goodnight, man. How old are you? About 47, 48, Goodnight, man. You over there?
I'm 22,
Hey, 22, man. Deuce, let him loose, man. You still trying to let him loose, you feel me? Yeah, that mean?
22 just like my son. You know?
Oh, okay.
I and my son the same age.
Yeah, the same age.
But they be having it cracking like that, man. When you mention me M.GOODKNIGHT, they call me another name, but back in the day. But we in the house, man. We doing good today, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, it was Women's Day. To all the queens out there and all the women out there, National Women's Day was yesterday, man. What you got on that? You know what I'm saying? This, you know, we want to give y'all a shout out to all y'all queens out there.
We gonna give a shout out to Shanae Ogumake, who had the first black woman to have a syndicated radio show on ESPN, nationally syndicated. And she's a hell of a basketball player also.
LA Sparks.
Shouts out to Shanae Ogumake, and she doing her thing, and every other woman out there that's doing her thing. Women's Day yesterday, and as we always gonna kick a little black history from here on out.
Yes,
here at Game Point Sports is how we do, man. So
we got some big news, some breaking news, some big news. Some contracts, big contracts signed.
What we talking about, man?
Hey, them Dallas Cowgirls. They might become Dallas Cowboys now. You know, they might could win one. Let me ask you a question. They signed a big contract. Somebody that, you know, I doubt it. You know, I doubted him. I didn't think they was gonna re-sign him. I told you that. I told you that.
You repeated it.
I said they was not gonna sign him. And they signed the guy. Was that a good? What they signing for?
Definitely a good signing, man. We talking about 4 years, $160 million, $126 million guaranteed, with a record-breaking $66 million signing bonus. Man signed his name on the dotted line. Here goes $66 million.
Wow.
Dallas Cowboys, you waited a little bit. You waited a year too late to sign him, man, because you had to pay him. You seen what you were without him, and Dak Prescott took that injury, made a positive out of a negative, and say, hey, man, I'm just going to sit this out, man, and get more money, because you can see in my absence that this team is nothing without me.
Well, good night. Do you think he's going to be the same athlete he was before he left?
Dak Prescott's game was never predicated on running around. You know, he'd run when he needed to, but that wasn't really his game. So all you got to do is continue to be accurate, continue to sling that thing all over the field with them three receivers, hand it off to Ezekiel, and they got another running back out there. They probably be splitting carries. So yeah, he's the same athlete. I really wouldn't care if he was, just as long as he keeps those smarts, accurate passing, and being a good leader out there. Dakota Prescott getting that money, baby.
That might be. I see it, but I just got to see how he bounced back from his injury. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he getting money guaranteed. I mean, he ain't never got to play another down in his life. He getting that money because he signed that contract, so it's guaranteed. So, you know, and when people sign big contracts like that, they don't normally perform to the level that you expect them to perform to by getting all that money. If you ever notice, a lot of players, they get them big old contracts, and it's like they got the money, they don't perform, they not hungry no more. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You see it all the time in sports, you know.
Definitely understood it, but I would go more in basketball than in football that they kind of pull them kind of stunts. Football, man, it's always a proving ground, and that money ain't guaranteed. So you get your guaranteed money, But they'll cut that contract in a minute if you ain't acting right. So I think football players always stay a little bit more hungry, knowing that all that money's not guaranteed. Perhaps if we looked at a 4-year, $160 million contract in the NBA, all that money's guaranteed. So what would I have to do? I have to do nothing really to earn that bread.
Yeah, true. But I was just thinking, like, man, he got hurt last year. I felt he was damaged. I thought he would be damaged good. They didn't want to give him that type of money, but apparently they know something we don't know to give him that type of money. They got confidence in him. I'm taking it.
They know they had Andy Dalton. Look, franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees.
Where are they picking that in the draft? Do you know?
I don't know. In
the top. Is they in the top 10 in the
franchise 15? Quarterbacks don't grow on trees.
Exactly.
Dak Prescott is before he got injured, was a top 5 quarterback in this league. You just don't go draft that. You look at the teams like the Cleveland Browns. Look at the Denver Broncos right now. Even look at your San Francisco 49ers. When you lose that franchise quarterback, it can take years, sometimes even decades, to find another player that can quarterback your team and lead you to that level. So at this point, if you have one, you got to pay him.
Yeah, makes sense. But I mean, yeah, it's hard to, you're right, it's hard to find a Prescott out there, but they out there. It's just, you got to go find one. They out there. They're out there. It's some people that, it might be some up and comings that's in the draft right now that could probably.
They're out there. Look, they're out there. You had a first rounder, Paxton Lynch. He was out there.
Paxton Lynch.
There's a whole bunch of guys who were out there, but it takes an exceptional quarterback to handle this thing in the league they call the NFL.
Makes sense.
So there's a lot of players who were out there who were great at what they did in the college games. So you can't sit there and say, oh, they out there. Nah. There's 32 NFL teams, and all 32 don't have a great quarterback who's out there. Yeah. So the Dallas Cowboys, they did the right thing by paying that man his money, man.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. But yeah, I was just thinking, I don't understand it right now, because he would have to perform for me to understand that type of money. You have to justify. You can't go on what he's done.
Where do you go? How do you get a contract?
He's going to have to win at least one Super Bowl in order to justify that money.
How do you get a contract?
Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl without even getting that type of money.
How do you get a contract without having shown what you've done?
You've never won a championship. You never won a Super Bowl. You never won this, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that's never done that, and they get paid, and they all in the same boat. In order to justify that money, he has to show us something.
What NFL teams are doing is justifying that you have a shot, that you have a shot to win that championship. You're not going to do it with the likes of a Drew Lock, or even a Jimmy Garoppolo, or 20 of the other NFL quarterbacks in the league right now, starting quarterbacks in the league. There's very few names, and you got to pay these guys to just get a shot to win it. That's my thinking. Hey, you can say, oh, win one and I'm going to pay you. No, it don't work like that. This is the league. If do you want to be that team like Dallas, who has been nothing for 25 years?
J Max say the deal is front loaded. 125 mil is guaranteed. He makes 70 mil this year if he doesn't play up to par. The Cowboys can cut him with not that big of a cap hit. So
good deal on both sides.
So okay. Do you think? Oh, that's a good little. I like that, old J Mac. Because I'm gonna tell you why. You think Jerry Jones? That could be like a community. Like, he don't perform, we cut him. But he mercy. Because he didn't play this year, he's hurt. And they didn't want to the organization would look classy if they let him go. So they give him this little $75 million if they cut him. Which okay, this is the money. They was gonna probably spend that money on him anyway, so they ain't taking a loss on the cap. Which that's a good comment, old McBride. I like that, old McBride.
McKinney Jr. says Dak has won the division since he's been in it. If he's not mistaken, only 1 year he lost when Carson and the Eagles went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the guy is justified, man.
But that division is just fucking, excuse my French, trash. I mean, it's just trash. I can play quarterback in that division. Yeah,
we already seen what you would look like playing quarterback when they hired that guy off the streets for the Denver Broncos. You can't play quarterback in that division.
I had the helmet on. Y'all
probably couldn't even play quarterback for the Spillionaires division, but that's here for another.
That's here for another little battle.
Division.
Little battle. I can't run a pill in the 14. You know, they hit me. I'm a little smart butt. Yes, sir. But at the same time, man, what else we got going on, man? What's up with the little high school sports,
man? Send a shout out to Dak Prescott and getting that money, though. You know, hey, I'm always gonna salute a brother for getting his money. I'm not salute you for your name being Dakota, but Dak, you the man. Yeah, you the man right now, I would say.
Dak's the man?
Yeah, Dak's the great man. He's not the great, but he is the man right now. Man, we got a little bit of high school action going on this week, man. You got some girls' games going on.
Some local high school sports, playoff time. Yeah, it's March Madness playoff time, baby.
Being like Women's Week Day yesterday, maybe Women's Week or Women's Month. I'm gonna give a shout out to the top. And Jason McBride says that Dallas that was a public relations move for the Cowboys. I mean, they got to do what they got to do, Jason McBride, man. Hey, they paid everybody else. Why not pay the man who's going to lead you to where you want to go? But let me get back to these high school girls out here in Colorado, man. We got three. I'm going to give you the top three scorers. The first one is Amaya Moore at Harrison at 28.2.
High school?
Gassing them.
She got any offers? Yeah, we got to do some more homework on them. But shout out to Amaya. Shout out to you, baby.
Nikki Durrell.
Where's she out of pub?
She's out of Sand Creek, and she's averaging 24.3.
24. And
then you got another Amaya Malachi who's averaging 23.8. Those are your, and I can't remember what high school she went to, but she 23.8 is good, man. That's good. That's good.
In high school, you score a dub a game. In high school, you averaging dub a game. That's D1. That's D1 status.
And shouts out to the young lady who just scored 55 last week. I didn't get her name, but if anybody in here remembers it, tell me so I can say it again. But shouts out to that lady who scored 55 last week, and shouts out to the women of Colorado that's with the Stanford Cardinal holding it down.
Ranked number 2 or 3 in the nation right now, balling. The Stanford Cardinals, baby.
And there we go. To Mia, she was from South.
55
she dropped a 50 she dropped a 50 the other day.
Yeah, from
right
South.
On, man. Right on.
Yeah. Shout out to you. Hopefully we can catch y'all during the playoff time and get some highlights and put y'all on our show. That's what we're trying to work on right now, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? But we got some girls basketball today. You got number 5 Regis playing Eagle Crest. Regis is 11-1, Eagle Crest 7-7. 7-7. You got Rangeview 12-1. They're number 3. We're playing Rocky Mountain 9-5. You got Grandview who's 14-0, number 2. They're playing Pine Creek, and then you got Arapahoe playing Broomfield.
I wonder who number 1 in Grandview number 2.
I did have it just a second ago.
Was it Cherry Creeks?
No, it wasn't Cherry Creek. But
Vista Pete, it might be Vista Pete though.
I mean,
it might be Vista Pete and girls. I'm thinking that's what it is.
And shouts out to Tamia from South dropping 50 though.
Dropping 50. You know,
in high school, not many boys drop 50.
I don't got many. She in the top of the league, in the top of her game. Hey, you drop 50, you're a legend in your city. You drop 50, you're a legend. You're a legend, baby. You became a legend. You're a legend in Denver. You drop 50.
We said we can get our own, though. We're
going to try to get you on our show. If you're watching this right now, we need to get you on our show, man, to come interview you.
We'll find her. We got some young cats out here, man, who know what's going
on.
But about her dropping 50, man, you think you could beat her in a game of 21?
Negatory.
Oh, man, at least you honest.
Negatory. I haven't shot a basketball since 1994.
And like we always say about this time, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, and retweet, and do it all again every time here at Game Point. Man, we brought to you by the R Network, man, and we are doing our thing.
Yes, sir.
You got some big basketball games.
Boys watch.
Boy, high school playoffs start this week. You got a bracket of 32, man. I'm just gonna give you
Give me the bracket. Who we got at number one?
You got Cherry Creek, who's number one. They playing Lakewood tonight.
Okay, where number two at?
You got number two Regis. They playing Loveland tonight. Who's number three? You got 3 Rangeview playing Columbine tonight.
That's a good one.
Number 4 Thunder Ridge. They're playing Rocky Mountain.
Rocky
and
Mountain.
Number
Thunder
5
is a banger.
Chaparral. They're playing Vista Peak. Vista Peak is all right though.
Yeah, okay.
So shouts out to all these Colorado Prep athletes that are doing their thing and in the playoffs. And shouts out to the young men who will be playing starting a spring football season due to the inaction of COVID and getting out here, getting ready to do their thing. So I'm so excited, and they're about to open stuff back up, and Game Point will be there or be square.
Amen to that.
And we're going to talk about that All-Star game a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
That was next on the agenda. Am I skipping or tripping?
No, you ain't tripping. You ain't slipping on your pippin'.
Okay.
Man, did you see that dunk contest, man?
Yeah, I seen the dunk contest, man.
Was it the worst dunk contest you ever seen?
No, I've seen the worst. The worst one was when the Birdman had about 50 tries and go for a dunk. That was the worst one. I mean, actually, the dunks weren't that bad. I mean, due to the fact that it was kind of cut short because of this one-day event thing. I mean, the dunk contest was all right.
Man. Did y'all see it? Hey, show them that dunk. We got a film. We got a video on that dunk.
We got a video of a dunk?
I think we got the video of the dunk.
Let these guys
let them see on Game Point what y'all think. We get back to y'all after y'all see this video.
No video of the dunk. So
no video of the dunk. I thought we had one, but we guess we didn't. But that's okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh man. That's my boy Robbie the Rocket, man. He does it to us every time, man. But that's my boy.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll bounce back from it.
Jason McBride. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and show the picture of, I believe his name is Anthony Simmons. Was that his name? That's the winner of the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm. Out of Portland.
He did his thing.
Out of Oregon.
He did his thing.
Out of Oregon.
Jason McBride says the dunk contest was totally whack. Shelved the dunk contest. Kiera Knight says the dunk contest was whack. The dunk contest has been whack for a while, but every once in a while you see some things that you've never seen. If he would have kissed, let me ask y'all a question. And Mikael Knight Jr. says dunk contest was trash. If he would have kissed the rim, would that have made the dunk contest better?
Yes. They've been probably the dunk of the century.
Top 10 dunk of all time?
Top 10 dunk of all time by far.
Top 5.
Because the boy, look at this. The boy, say this is the rim. The boy went up to here. He went up to here and caught the ball. Now, if you'd have kissed the rim and dunked it, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. But you can't.
Man, you asking for the same stuff that Shaq and them was talking about. He should have grabbed the ball, windmill it. I mean, you guys are asking for stuff.
That boy had bounce.
So we've seen every dunk that you could possibly see, and dunk contest is no longer interesting in your book.
Well, everybody can dunk. I mean, you got 6'8" people in a dunk contest. It's not fair. Now, when it was fun was when Spud Webbs and the little babies was dunking with short 5'9" cats, and they was doing stuff. It was more spectacular. You got people that's 6'4", 6'5".
I mean, well, come on, man. Vince Carter wasn't spectacular. That wasn't fun.
Now, Vince Carter was
talking about Tracy McGrady. You talking about?
I like D Brown. D Brown was probably the best dunk I probably ever. Out of him and Carter, Vince Carter, they about a tie right now to me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that was the All-Star game. That skills challenge and all that is all right. I mean,
we got a couple comments. No, it said, no, it's just one dunk cut. He said, no, it's just one dunk cut's the best. He said the best dunk contest is when you have people going back and forth. when you got two people going back and forth. I mean, I kind of like that. That's an old school model. Jason McBride says the only way to make the dunk contest great again is bring back Dominique and Jordan.
Well, damn.
This is from the same guy who wants Carmelo Anthony back to the Nuggets. So, and then M.GOODKNIGHT Jr. says Jordan and Wilkins. I mean, those were great ones, but I've seen some other ones that were pretty good. I don't know.
Well, we're going on to the second quarter, man.
Hold on, man. Let's talk about the 3-point contest. You talk about your boy Chef Curry. He him up.
Now, it wasn't even fair. It wasn't even fair with Curry playing against them cats. I mean, he has nothing to prove no more. We already know he's the best shooter in the world. I'll say this. That wasn't fair for him to be in that contest. Do you think so?
Yeah, it was fair, man. It's fair. It's fair.
I
mean, he almost didn't win.
It don't matter.
He almost didn't win. Stop. He had to come through and be clutch at the end.
Oh.
Conley put that pressure on him. But Bo says Vince Carter, Jason Richardson, Eric Gordon, Zach LaVine, Dominique Wilkins, all those guys were above 6'4". So, I mean, your 6'4" comment.
You know what I'm saying? It was more to me. I'm just saying this. If people that's tall now and they dunk it, all they got to do like this. They don't really got to jump. I could do all this without jumping. Now, if I'm 5 in my height in a dunk contest, that I'll be impressed. Or somebody you be in your height dunking and doing all the stuff that them 6'4", 6'5" people was doing. That's what I was trying to do.
So the last time you was impressed was with Nate Robinson. Because I mean, you are hard to
you kind of keep talking.
You are a hard to impress man.
Keep talking,
but I mean,
I keep talking.
I'm not going to even go.
No, because that was impressive. It was impressive, Nate Robinson.
Zach LaVine is impressive.
Now Zach LaVine was
Aaron
impressive. Gordon
is impressive.
That dunk contest probably one of the best dunk contests I've seen too. That LaVine and that Gordon one. That went back and forth. Now that was a good one.
Classic.
That was probably the best one we probably seen
in recent memory.
And that I can remember.
All right, and so let's get back to this 3-point contest, man. You say it's not fair for Steph to be in there, but if you had guys like Clay, I just wanted like Klay Thompson to be in there.
Klay Thompson be in there.
I wanted Dame Dash to be in there.
Dame Dash would probably be there.
He's been in there, but he's been in there 7 times. He's only won it twice. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even go anywhere saying that it's unfair.
Yeah.
And Jason McBride said nothing about today's NBA is impressive.
It's watered down. J Mac is watered down. I think so.
You think it's watered down?
I think it's kind of watered down.
Give me your views on that.
Why I would say it's watered down. They don't play. They're not as tough as they used to be. They prima donnas. They play for money. They don't play for championships. They don't play for dynasties. They play for looks. And if it ain't LeBron, I put it like this: if LeBron wasn't in basketball, I don't think basketball would be good.
NBA's in good hands, brother.
NBA got money.
NBA's in good hands.
The NBA got money, but if it wasn't, the NBA is LeBron James. I know we keep talking about it. Ain't Curry. It ain't Dame Dash. If it wasn't about LeBron James, that brings me this question to you: LeBron James. Will he ever be a GM?
I think LeBron would probably go owner before he goes.
Owner, say go owner before a GM. He'd be one of the top. He will get his own part ownership to something. Laker.
Yeah, he's going to be a majority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers before his life is over.
Because, I mean, and it's like he's the icon of, well, not icon. He's the face of basketball right now. Period. I was like, damn. I'm like, you know, when you think of basketball, you don't think of, we used to think of Jordan. When you think of basketball now, you think of LeBron James. It's just what it is,
That's not the only thing I think of. I think of who's going to be LeBron James. We got a couple comments. M.GOODKNIGHT Jr. says, defense is watered down, but the offense side is growing. Mm-hmm. Bo says, the competitive nature is lower. However, the talent level is higher in today's NBA. Though.
That's facts.
And M.GOODKNIGHT Jr. says that LeBron is going to own a team one day.
Yep.
I mean, I think the talent is off the wall. It's off the chain. Mm-hmm. Competitive spirit and, like you say, wanting to be a champion, and I think a lot of that's lost. Like you say, that big I think the NBA should go to more incentivized contracts or non-guaranteed contracts to force these guys to play harder. Because if these dudes play harder with the athleticism that they're producing, man, the game will be 100% better.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you just had guys, man, who came just to play D every day, all day?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, like your boy say, J Max say, overall, athletes are much better, but the game has suffered because there is really no continuity. It just seems like it's a lot of guys wanting to get paid but don't have the passion for the game, which is, I mean,
I'll say
that's in sports all around though.
And I'm not saying, Mr. McBride, I mean, you do have a point. I just think that they get paid too much too early. They have to incentivize these contracts to make these guys have to earn their money, and I think you'll start seeing passion for the game again. You know, once you, you got guys who are on the bench who play 2 more minutes than me and you do each year. 2 minutes, making $10 million a year.
That's in any sport, though.
I mean,
they call role players. You play you get paid to play a role. Period. I mean, I know it's easy. I know you don't want to hear it, but it is. It's just short and simple. I can sit the bench to make $10 million a year. Would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it.
Play 2 minutes. Play 2 minutes out the whole year.
I'll do it.
10 million. You can't knock that man. That man.
I'm not knocking that man, but I'm still knocking the game, the passion for the game. If it's more incentivized, and you just don't drop off a young guy, he's getting a 4-year, $80 million contract or 5-year, $120 million contract. What do you have to play for? You already got the money.
Yeah.
Not many of them had that drive to be a champion. That money kind of takes away that drive to try to be the best. There's only very few in the world who have that drive to be the best ever. Yeah, and that's one like a LeBron, that's a Kobe Bryant, that's a Michael Jordan, you know, and you got others on that list who wanted to be the best at their position or be one of the best players in the league at that time. You don't really have that no more. I mean, you do, but I can't. Because you have guys like Dame Lillard who comes and plays with that chip on his shoulder.
But you got to think what school he went to, where he come from. There's a difference from that versus something that like I'll say like a Curry. I use Curry for instance. Curry role was easier than Dame Dollar role was. So Dame Dollar got a lot more to play for than Curry do because Curry was already bleeding into the situation versus this man coming off of inner city, going to Weber State. You don't even know what the hell Weber State is. I was watching LeBron Sunday had a show that there's their basketball teams, Sierra Canyon. Yeah. So I was watching it last night, and Dwayne Wade's son was like, man, if I'm not playing, I ain't gonna get no colleges watching me. Dwayne Wade's son, he liked that team. And he had to go to another preparatory school. So it was like, he was like, man, John Morant went to Murray State, so you can go. He wanted to go to like Kentucky. He don't want to go to no Murray State. And he had Florida, Atlantic, one of them schools that was going A&T.
And he's only like a freshman or sophomore. He's going to get playing time.
No.
I know what you're saying, but he's only like a freshman or sophomore. So he has to realize he's going to get more playing time. Sometimes you got to wait your chance. You're playing with a bunch of stars, and it's okay. And it's okay. And like you say and other people say, man, if you are any good in today's world, in today's game, they gonna find you.
You got internet, you got Facebook. So we had all that kind of stuff to see. Back in the days, our highlight films was 2 VCR tapes. You put the tape in and you push record on another one. You got to use 2 tapes. Now they got internet. So it's not hard for you to find, film don't lie. So you go around the internet and say, look at this highlight film. And that which they got better opportunity.
They record the whole game and all you gotta do is go pick your plays and pick your whole highlight film. Man, it's so easy now. Put some music to it and say, hey, here's my highlight film for the world. So, but it's easier now. But on this All-Star game, man, I did like the way it ended. I love the way the friendly competition between Dame Lillard and Steph Curry. Both of those guys are dudes that have hunger and who want to be the best in the game also. So it's not everybody in the NBA who's out there just getting that money and slacking. But what do you think about those two dudes, man, trying to one-up each other, man? Did you like that?
Man, that was the best thing smoking. If it wasn't for Giannis going 16 for 16, that would have been the first time that I would have think they would have had two
No, we've had co-MVPs, but Kobe and Shaq, they've been co-MVPs.
Kobe All-Star MVPs, right?
Yeah.
They both was 8 for 16 shooting. And they both was even 8 for 16, and they both had a half-court shot, so they was matching each other, which was I like that.
Well, one had two.
Well, it don't matter who
Dame had two.
It don't matter. Yeah, Dame had the clutch.
Dame had two.
The clutch Dame.
And what was it?
Clutch Dame.
What was it?
Clutch
it was
Dame.
Dame time.
Clutch Dame.
It was Dame time.
Big things. Big weed. He big things. He big ones. He big things.
Trade. We got a trade proposal. Trade Klay Thompson for Damian Lillard.
That looked good, brother. I thought about that too. God dog it. I said this tweet that day. I was like, get rid of Klay Thompson and give us that motherfucker right. That'll be the best. They won't lose. That'll be the best backcourt. We'll beat the brakes off the Nets.
Dudes won't play.
Beat the brakes off KD and them.
They won't be playing.
Beat the brakes off KD and them.
They won't play a lick of D.
That's shit.
Now, what I would say is you trade a Steph Curry for a C.J. McCollum, and then you got a squad out there that would beat him.
In Portland, hey, I'm gonna say this. I heard this today. And you tell me if I'm lying, y'all. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. Nobody like mega teams. Like nobody like them. Like they said, nobody like the Warriors. Nobody like the Nets. But the Nets is different.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Nets.
We different. The Nets is different. You know what I'm saying? But nobody liked mega teams. Like when LeBron had his mega team with the Miami, nobody liked him. The Warriors had their team, nobody liked them. Everybody hates in the mega teams get the best competition coming out of each night. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it. Hey. Curry, Dame Dollar, it'll be a dream come true. LeBron and Curry and Dame Dollar would be a dream come true, but it would never happen.
I mean, it probably never happened.
Never happened.
Just to think about it, but I think that Portland and Bo agrees that Steph to Portland, then you have a team that's going to win it. But let's talk about that big news before we get to the second half. The other big news in the NBA, you're talking about Blake Griffin joining up with the Nets. I mean, are they beatable right now? Or my first question, does Blake have anything left in the tank? That's my question to all y'all out there.
I mean, to go win a championship, you ain't got to do too much but just rebound and pass the ball. He has enough in the tank. Me and you could go be on the Nets and have enough in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
Blake Griffin hasn't had a dunk all year long.
I mean, he might be losing his legs. Injuries kill you with good night. They don't make them hard like they used to no more. These some soft as a jelly donut kind of cats. Maybe these prima donna cats. They don't make them strong like that no more. But he good. I think he good for one good championship year, and it's the only time he gonna get it is right now. So he only got one time, and it's a one-hit wonder, and it happens all the time. I'm gonna get a championship, and they get up out of there. You couldn't do that back in the days. No, what they doing now, they watering down the sport. You couldn't do that. That's like saying Michael Jordan go play with Karl Malone and Terry with Porter. You can just say they had Karl Malone, Barkley, Iverson, and Jordan all in one team.
No, just say if you just go put Michael Jordan on a Portland Trailblazers the other day, or something like that.
It ain't even fair to the game. It's not fair. I mean, the fans like the excitement, but when they get down to the nitty gritty, when it's a championship game, 9 times out of 10 we already know who's gonna win. It ain't like where we like, man, I don't know who's gonna win this series. We already know who's gonna win the series. It's gonna be a sweep. We could call the series half the time, So.
I think Blake Griffin to the Nets is big. It almost solidifies the championship if he has something left in the tank, because I kind of already think that they already going to be solidified the championship. I mean, I don't see anybody beating the Nets right now. Lakers, I don't care if the Lakers go get Andre Drummond. I don't see him beating the Nets right now.
With a healthy AD and a Drummond. they still a shooter away. They had like a McCullen or a Bill or a Dave Dollar. They beat the brakes off them cats. They won shooter like that caliber. They don't have no. I don't care about Caruso. I don't care about your boy with his thing on his forehead. What's his name? Him. They don't have nothing over there that can compete with that shooting that Kyrie, Katie, and James Harden with a splash of Harris. They don't have that over there with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're shooter away.
So, man, I'm taking Blake. McKill-Knight Jr. says that Blake is not even good anymore. But you know what we going to do, man? We going to go into the second half and regroup where you like it here on Game Point, where you like it, like, share, comment, repeat, tweet, and do it all again. Second half coming up, man. We're going to talk a little black coaching in the NFL, or lack of black coaching there is. But Game Point.
Yes, DJ K-Tone, DJ Squizzy Taylor. Make sure you check us out every Sunday. Digital Online Showcase on the R Network. That's AHRR Network. Follow, share, tag somebody.
You dig? Tune in. Yeah.
Conversations for the youth, by the youth. Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Youth Media Union!
Back to Game Point Sports.
I'm Robbie the Rockets.
And I am M.GOODKNIGHT.
And this is Game Point. No fingerprints. Yay!
Yeah. So we got a picture of Evan Mobley, man. Shouts out to this guy, Evan Mobley, man.
I'll tell you a little bit about Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley did something that only one other person did before he did it.
Okay.
No good night. And matter of fact, this guy that done it just won a championship last year on those good Kentucky Wildcats. And AD. But this Evan Mobley out of USC, shout out to you. Pac-12, I love the Pac-12. Y'all trying to be up and coming this year. But he was the second player in history, college history, to win Conference Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Freshman Player of the Year. That's a beast. He's going. They tell him out in the draft, top 5 pick in the draft. They making it. Like I said, they got some good athletes over there at USC. And by the way, I checked out your boy up out of Oklahoma State. He's in the top. They compared him to the top 5 guards that in the past.
Yeah,
that's coming up. He's gonna be the one over our pick. He gonna be the one I'll pick. You was right, and I had to give you a tip of hat off. We found the gym, and it's that boy. We got it, but they ain't in the tournament, huh?
No, they got some sanctions. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them dudes who picked in the 8th grade where he was going.
Okay.
He said he was going to Oklahoma State. He said the coach stayed true, and he ended up going to Oklahoma State too. So, man, shouts out to Oklahoma State, man. Wish you was an attorney. You got a chance to show your thing. But whatever happened. And shouts out to Evan Mobley, man, for all those accomplishments. Those types of things are not done too often. And that may mean that you are destined for greatness out here in the league.
I think he's going to be nice. He's going to be pretty nice. He on a good team, little USC.
Pac-12 coming up, man. I'm going to pick, All
right, so it's conference tournaments right now. And we got a couple picks. Y'all help us out, man. Who you think gonna win the conference tournament out the ACC? Who would you go with? You got your Dukes, you got your Virginians, you got your Florida State, you got your...
I'm gonna go with North Carolina, about to make a run, baby.
You going to North Carolina?
Tar Heels about to
I'm gonna go with Florida State with them boys is the truth over here in the ACC. Virginia is the top right now, but I'm going to go with Florida State because Florida State beat Virginia by them. They're dub. So I'm going with Florida State to win it on that one. Now let's go on to the SEC. You got your Bamas, the LSUs, the Georgias.
I got Alabama.
I'm going with Bama too. And then we got your Big East. Who you think going out the Big East? You got your Villanovas, Georgetowns.
Got Villanova all
You got
day.
Villanova going on out the East. The Big 12, all right, the Big 10. You got Michigan. You got Illinois. You got the Michigan States. You got all them, the Penn States, all them. Who you got? Tournament this weekend.
I go Ohio State.
You can go Ohio State in the Big 10?
No, I'm not going. I go Michigan, man.
You gonna go Michigan?
Yeah.
Guess where I'm going?
Oh.
I'm taking Illinois. The Illinois just blew Michigan out by dub. So I mean,
It don't matter.
It don't matter when it counts.
Shines on the dog's ass from time to time.
And then to round it out. We got two more. We got the Big 12. You got Oklahoma, your Oklahoma States, your Kansas States.
I would go with Kansas. One of these all-time teams, man.
I like Kansas.
Getting it together, making a comeback.
I like Kansas as well. And we also got rounded out the Pac-12. We got old Mobley them at USC. We got UCLA.
I'm going with the Colorado Buffaloes.
And I'm taking the Colorado Buffaloes as well to upset them. They number 3 on in the conference. And they right up their 2 games out. Give me Colorado Buffaloes to upset them. Take the Buffaloes with you. No fingerprints on that.
No fingerprints. Man.
You know what I mean?
Baby. Troy Brewer says shout out to Calvin and John Fugit. They some GW Patriots playing in the tourney.
They playing in the tourney?
Who they play for, Troy? What team they with? Or you talking about they GW Patriots playing in the high school tourney? But
who GW got today? We need to go see them George Washington boys. They said they ain't as good as they used to be this year. What's they ranked over there, McKill? Give me a rank on them George, because I don't went to that prep school. I'm thinking
GW's number 7 right now.
They number 7 in the state.
Yeah, they're playing Heritage today.
Man, we should. Next couple of weeks we're gonna take our show out to one of these games, man, and see if we can film a couple little highlights and bring a whole team in, like sports focus, focus on these sports.
Oh, they some twins. Calvin and John Fugit, they some twins, huh? Okay, they out there doing their thing for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and I was gonna say, man, I would love to catch some of this good basketball, man. Go to the Final Fours and, be there, bring the show to the Final Fours, have some interviews, some great interviews, you know what I'm saying? And go from there. We're gonna put that together, man. We're going to try to figure that out, do our homework on that,
GW playing Heritage tonight. Shouts out to Brandon Beasley. I see you with your Sports Illustrated thing that you got going on.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to you, man, and always supporting, man. We can support you in whatever way we can also.
Man, let's get into the nitty gritty, man. What you got to talk about,
But hold on, man. Also, man, we also are going to have for the final game in the NCAA tournament, we are going to have a pool, and we're going to go with, what, $20 a square. $20 a square.
$20 a square for the NCAA tournament
championship game. So we're gonna have a cash app. Y'all cash app us to hear a game point to put y'all money in for y'all squares. We just ask that y'all have it at least a week ahead, maybe a week. We get it all together.
In the next couple shows, tune in and we'll give you all the information on when we gonna do it.
For sure. We gonna do it for that game.
Yeah, we doing it for that game.
But we gonna keep it cracking. What you saying? They ain't letting you in unless they play for Texas A&M International. Okay.
Texas A&M International.
Shouts out to GW Twins. Anything, everything, always Colorado on mine. Cause I'm always gonna represent the town and the state, man.
Yes, sir.
Denver the city, Colorado the state.
Yes, sir.
So let's keep it cracking, cause Colorado's all about that action, baby.
For sure.
The nitty gritty, man. We're gonna talk about what we talking about.
To the nitty gritty.
We got Shannon Sharp. We got a video of Shannon Sharp talking about black coaches, man, and Mike Tomlin especially. So we just want to we want to get into it, man, and see what you guys want to comment about what's going on with black coaching in the NFL. Video should be coming up pretty shortly, man. Hey, Shannon Sharp, go hard. You know what I'm saying?
The problem that I have with Mike Tomlin saying this, Mike Tomlin has been a head coach for 14 years. Mike Tomlin has not hired a black offensive or a black defensive coordinator. Now, this is what he said. He says, I always do what's in the best for our organization. I believe in hiring from within in most cases. I'm highly sensitive to it, but I don't regret having a black coordinator. Skip, what the hell do you think those other teams are saying? They're hiring the best person for the job. You're doing exactly what you say they should not do. I'm not letting you off the hook with this, Mike Tomlin. You are in a position to hire black people. You have not done that. So I'm not going to let you throw stones at everybody else. You make some very compelling point, but you're the wrong messenger to be delivering this message. Until you hire people of color, I don't care nothing about I hire from within, because I've seen you going outside and hire. If I'm not mistaken, Todd Haley was not within that organization. You hired outside of that. So don't give me that you always hire within. You could have, because you're in a position to do so, but you have not. And you use the very argument that they use against us. I hired the best person for the job. I hired from within the organization. So miss me with that. Let me look at it from another perspective. I was also thinking about this. Maybe Mike Tomlin's in a situation where he looks at it like, I'm a black head coach, but I can't have too many of us, because then what are they going to think? Because we get that a lot of time. I've been in situations, Skip, where you've been black, and the thing that you don't want to do, they're blackening it up. And so maybe Mike Tomlin is afraid, like, well, okay, I'm here, we're good, and that's good enough. But it's not good enough, Mike, because guess what? The majority of the white coaches, they feel their staff. Bruce Arians is the exception. Bruce Arians is not the norm. To have a black OC, a black DC, a black special teams coordinator, 2 women, full staff, he's the anomaly. He's not the norm. No. Mike Tomlin is the norm, where you hire where he's black, but he hire all whites.
The game point, man, Shannon Sharp, man, that brother don't play.
He don't.
Man, he ripped Mike Tomlin a new one. We got Brandon Beasley, he says he's agreed with Shannon all the way. Kiera Knight says Shannon Sharp is speaking facts. I want to hear what Robbie the Rock is thinking about what Shannon Sharp was saying in that piece right there.
Man, he exposed him. He really exposed that, man. Don't you think? Hey, like, good night. Come on, good night. So, I mean, he's talking facts. He's not lying. But do you think he exposed that man? Like you down that's like me down to you saying, I know in my heart, I'm not saying Shannon Sharp was right, wrong, or right. I'm saying, why did you downplay the black man?
Who downplayed the black man?
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp only calling him out. We see him.
He calling how he see him. You're right.
Should he have called?
I would have put that out there, though.
You got to put it out there.
I mean, it's facts.
You got to put it out there. Mike Tomlin was speaking on the fact that there is a lack of black coaches in the NFL and coordinators are in the NFL, and then he has the power and the ability to change that. And throughout his whole career as a head coach, I believe a 14-year career, he hasn't had an offensive or defensive coordinator. He's had a linebackers coach, Joey Porter, who was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's had a chance. He says, "Oh, we hired from within." Todd Haley came from the Cardinals or somewhere else, so they don't hire. He doesn't hire within. So he was on point for telling. Well,
good night. Well, good night. Do you really think he has control of that situation? Remember, we had this conversation offline. Do you really think he had? You said he's been there forever. He could control whatever he wants to control. He don't have no control of hiring them people.
Hold on, man. Okay, we're gonna get back to that. Brandon Beasley says Mike is contradicting what he is saying. Other teams, what he's saying other teams should do. He didn't downplay him. It should be called out for that fluke shit. And that is fucking facts.
But it make us look bad by him calling out.
No, it don't make us look bad. What makes it look bad is that this guy has the chance and the ability to hire us, and he won't hire us. But
They hired within.
But he tells everybody else to do it.
Joey Porter, he hired. That was within.
No, Todd Haley, who was their offensive coordinator, he didn't hire within.
I mean, you ain't, not every person's qualified within for you to hire. So you go out, that's when you go outside. And maybe Todd Haley was more qualified than, I'm not taking nothing from the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from the man. Todd Haley is a great hell of a coach. It may have been
Todd Haley's trash.
Hey, no, but I'm gonna say this. At that particular time, it may not have been another candidate, and I mean that was suitable for that position at that time. I'm in agreement with Shannon Sharp too.
With Beasley. It makes us look bad that he's in the position to do it, and he won't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you? I mean, I'm
just saying.
How are you giving this man excuses?
Because he may not have a position. That's all I'm saying is that's like me saying, I'm eating and I'm in your face and not letting you eat. Maybe I don't have the power or the control to let you eat, but I want you to eat. I can throw it out there and let me have him. Like, he's better than him. We don't want him. We want him. We don't want you. We want him. But I can suggest, but I don't have. I'm not spending the money on the coaches.
There's coaches who have control, and there's coaches who don't have control.
Who pay the coaches? The coach don't pay the coach.
There's coaches who have control, and there's coaches who don't have control.
He don't have control.
Now, when you had a Vance Joseph here with the Broncos, he was a coach who didn't have control. He didn't get to hire his own coaches. He didn't get to do any of those things. Mike Tomlin hires his own coaches. He puts people in position that he wants in position. And he hasn't done it for a black man in the coordinator position. And that's where it's wrong. Most head coaches come from coordinator positions for the most part. And he says, well, everybody else should be doing it. It's wrong that they're not doing it, but why is he not? When he contradicts himself completely when he's not doing it either.
Did your boy up out of Cincinnati ever do it? And he was there forever.
Marvin Lewis.
He was there forever. Well, what's the difference from him and Marvin Lewis? I'm just at this. Me and you. We ain't gotta have. We just talking.
Mike Brandon says Mike Tomlin can get some of them. He can get some of them dudes, man. They gave him the green light. He has the green light in Pittsburgh.
Well, maybe they don't fit their system. Not every black man, because he's a black man, you gotta hire him.
No, because he's saying, man, I'm the token guy here.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you get one of us, you get all of us.
I mean, easy said than done. You can say that right now, but you
get one of us, you get all of us.
It don't operate like that.
And shouts out to Bruce Arians.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Bruce Arians.
Why shouts out to Bruce? Tell me why.
Bruce Arians has a black offensive coordinator.
Okay.
A black defensive coordinator. And a black special teams coordinator.
Interesting. And he's what? Caucasian?
Yeah.
But do you think, let me ask you this.
Oh, see.
Hold on, just hear me out. Do you think Bruce Arians got more control of Tampa Bay than Tomlin do in Pittsburgh?
No. And Brandon Village also says he has to lead by example if he wants everybody else to do it. Kiera Knight says you can't tell somebody to do something and you don't hold yourself to the same standard. It just, you have continued excuses for him. So I can see you in that position.
No.
And saying,
I mean, it's a bit, okay, see, you're looking at that as a black and white thing when it comes to that. But it's a business. It's whoever qualified, it's who you got to pick. I can't pick that man. So if that white boy is more qualified than that white man.
I ask you a question. What coordinator right now is more qualified than an Eric Bieniemy to get a head coaching job?
Not one.
How come he hasn't had a head coach?
Because there's no system that fits Eric Bieniemy that he can go coach at.
When you're the head coach, you are the system.
So what was open?
Hold on. When you're the head coach, You are the
you
system.
bring your system with you. Yes, but at the same time, what was open for him to fit there? Was nothing open. It was no coaching vacancies. That's like I'm going off a little bit off the subject. That's like saying, why is Chauncey assistant coach at the Clippers?
He's never coached before.
Eric Bieniemy has never coached as a head coach. He's an offensive coordinator. He's never been a head coach.
Are you kidding me?
That's like
so. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
So hold on.
I'm listening.
So every NFL coach, and this is what you just said. Every NFL coach is more qualified than Eric Bieniemy. Because
not every NFL coach.
Because Eric Bieniemy was never a head coach.
He was offensive coordinator.
So
he's never proven himself as being a
was
head.
Bill Cowher a head coach before he was?
He was a coordinator. All of us coordinators.
Okay, so where are you coming with these qualifications?
The systems that he was.
No, there's not systems.
I'm telling you.
When you're the head coach, you create the system.
So I'm saying
the system is yours.
Eric Bieniemy would have been a failure if he went to the Jets as a head coach. He'd have been a failure if he went to Cincinnati as a head coach. He'd have been a failure if you put him in a system that does not work for him. I wouldn't want to coach.
In what system?
I'm saying, if I don't have the athletes and the players to coach, if the coaching job at the Jets is available, and I know I'm a black coach, and I know I ain't got a chance to win, I'm not taking that. I'd rather stay where I'm at, where I'm winning, and then when a better opportunity with better athletes and better talent come around, that's when I'm going to take that job.
Listen,
I mean,
what are you talking? Listen. Listen.
I'm listening.
Eric Bieniemy is interviewing for jobs each year. He's not saying I'm turning down this job because I want to stay here. He's not saying that I'm turning down these interviews because I want to stay here. No, he's getting passed over job after job.
We know that. But in an ideal life, in an ideal world, he's not qualified for that head coaching job. That's if he was, they would have hired him. You get what I'm saying? Period.
He's qualified, overly qualified.
So he's already. That's why they didn't hire him, because he was overly qualified.
Hold on, man.
Ain't no hold on nothing. Why didn't the question is why they didn't hire him? So you're saying they didn't hire him because he was black?
Yeah.
Okay. But they can't say that in a real life. So they got to say he wasn't qualified enough to coach the team.
No. Listen. So it's so bad. The disparity in black coaches in the NFL that they are now trying to give draft picks and other compensation to teams who hire black coaches.
Yeah.
That's telling you the disparity is real and is real for a reason. They're not hiring this dude because he's black or he's a terrible interview. I haven't been in an interview, so I wouldn't know, but I'm going to go with that he's black.
Hey, Clint say he's a house nigga. That's what he is. Mike Tomlin. He say, Clint say Mike Tomlin the house nigga. He say Mike said at least one or two blacks on his staff. If you're an offensive coordinator, the next step is to be the head coach, which is right. What you just said, Clint said that. He say if you're an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, the next step is for you to be the head coach, which is true. But he may not be qualified, Clint, for those positions. He may not be McKill. He may not be qualified at Good Nights. I just don't see it.
In this NFL game, man, it starts from the ownership where you have no black ownership. It starts in the GM positions where you have maybe one black GM, if that. It starts in the GM or executive positions where a lot of blacks don't hold executive positions. You have to understand, man, that this is what they do is just the same thing that goes on in everyday life, and it's systematically done. There's no excuse why this man shouldn't be given a shot. Nobody's giving this man a shot. Period.
Yep, they say Clint say he got all the qualifications. He say Eric Bieniemy is stand out and will take over in Kansas City after Andy Reid is gone. Oh, that makes sense. He know the system. You know what I'm saying?
How long is Andy Reid?
Reid got about 2 or 3 years ago. Andy Reid got 2 or 3 more years ago.
I mean,
he might as well stay put. I mean, you ain't lying about that. He might as well.
Okay, I mean, Jamal Clemens says Eric B. He's the one that said that. And then, I mean, why would he stay put though? Why would he stay put?
He's part of the system. He built that system. He built that franchise. He got a ring with him. Why wouldn't he stay? You know what I'm saying? That was like McDaniels with Belichick. Your boy McDaniels, when McDaniels over there with Belichick, and he been an offensive coordinator forever, and Belichick ain't nothing to let him go because Belichick want him. Patriots want him there. That's the same thing with McDaniels.
I mean, I got a question for Jamal Clemens. How do you feel he doesn't have any power out there? He's been there for 14 years.
That's what I was saying. Like, he may not have the pull and the control. It's his team. He's the face of the team, but behind the scenes, he's a house nigga, like Clint say. He got to walk a chalk line. And y'all knocking the brother, and Shannon Sharp knocking the brother, ain't knowing what the brother fighting the demons behind the scenes. He don't know. What that man? They might be telling the man, shut your motherfucker, excuse my French, shut your motherfucking mouth and coach. Period.
I mean, and I have a question. I mean, he's damn near making. Yeah, he could be damn near making head coach money as the OC. But is it about the money or is it about the position? I would want the position. I would want to show that I can do it without Andy Reid. Me personally.
I mean, yeah, we all do. Good night. Our dream is to be the head of everything. We the head of our house, the head of the woman, the head of everything. You know what I mean? We get head, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if it ain't your time to shine, you don't need to shine. I don't want to be put in a position where I'm a fall. I'm gonna be a failure. They might put that man in a position to fail and he never get a chance again. Versus,
all right. So I believe you had about 7 head coaching positions open in the NFL this year. I mean, I could be right or wrong by 1 or 2. You only had 1 filled by a black coach, and the one was in Houston, where they were just trying to keep Deshaun Watson, trying to suffice him and make him happy. I mean, it's just something ain't right. He couldn't go to Houston. He couldn't go to Houston. I mean, there are places he could have went, man.
I mean, Houston was all right fit, but like JC say, man, KC has the best quarterback in the league while leaving.
Because it's time to start your own.
I mean, what I'm saying, would you really want to be put in a position to fail, Mikhail?
So why does he go on these interviews then?
Because they got to interview. That's the rule. They got to interview available black coaches.
That Rooney Rule
don't
is
make shit. I know, but logically speaking, and speaking on black and white in our face on the news, they have to interview coaches. Black coaches.
He doesn't have to go for an interview though.
He don't have to, but if he's open to, if they want to interview, somebody call you say, man, can we interview for this job? All right, I'll go take the job. We might not get you, but we just want to just interview to make sure, sure that we interview the black coach. You never know what go on behind here.
These excuses.
I'm not using no excuses. I'm not using no excuses. Mike Tomlin
is wrong. He can get some people on his staff. The disparity of the black coaches in the NFL is wrong. They need to get more black people in offensive coordinator positions, defensive coordinator positions, special team coordinator positions. They need more blacks in all positions in the NFL other than players, meaning that we are 80% of the league.
But now look, it starts from the bottom. How many black is a lot of black?
Starts from the top.
Well, I'm saying, like, in terms of black coaches in college. You know what I'm saying? How many that you see in a major college qualify that was black? You can't name too many black top 10 college coaches.
I mean, it doesn't really start there in the NFL, but I mean, it's okay, man. I just personally, and man, just closing out on this subject, man, I just think there should be more blacks in college in NFL. And CLS Spellman says, man, it should have been the coach before the Jacksonville new coach with the first pick. He could have built the team.
Yeah, you got a point there, man. He could have built a team, but he
and shouts out Jamal, hey, black coaches are about to shine through the HBCU path. Shouts out to Deion Sanders, man. He's going to lead that way and lead that charge. And shouts out to him trying to bring HBCUs back
up.
And shouts out to the NBA for giving money to the HBCUs this weekend. They raised a lot of money for the HBCUs. I mean, I got 2 kids that attended HBCUs, so I'm definitely a supporter of HBCUs.
I attended one myself. Good night. I played ball at an HBCU as well. You know what I'm saying? So I know the struggle with them schools, and I know like just being an athlete at one of those at them schools. Some of those schools don't have the resources in avenues like they do.
We got to start giving back and getting money to them schools and doing our
That's
thing.
what they need to do, man.
That's what we need to do, man. What else we got on for the agenda, man? Shouts out to everybody who was commenting, man. We can't do it without y'all. Like we say, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, and retweet here on Game Point on the R Network, man. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Man, all I know is it's going to be problems coming up after this draft on this football. And watch out for the 49ers.
All right, man, we're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that personal thing, but you got to watch out. This year, you're going to have a lot of big free agents because their salary cap is being cut lower than the NFL. So you're going to have a lot of big free agents who's going to be out there, man. So it's going to be a frenzy out here in the NFL. But we're going to get to more of that free agent frenzy when it comes and when the times comes. Hey, it's a good show today, man. You got anything? It's a good show today. You got anything else to say, man?
No, sir. I mean, close it on out with what you like.
Oh yeah, we can close it out on the boxing match. Israel, I see.
You can't pronounce his name, but I know who it is.
Adesanya lost 20-0. He lost this weekend. I watched the fight. It was a close fight. But the other guy, man, took him down twice.
Did it go to distance?
It went to distance. He took him down twice, and they had control of him. So I believe that's why he won.
Was his body weight bigger than him or something? Was he bigger than the guy or something? I fell asleep. I couldn't watch it. I fell asleep, but was he bigger than him?
Oh yeah, it was bigger. Israel moved up in weight.
Okay.
To fight the guy, and he was under him by 20 pounds.
He got
once he got on him,
he had no chance.
He couldn't do nothing, and Israel didn't show that dominance when he was on his feet either. So it was a close fight before the guy got. He didn't ground and pound him out, but he got him on the ground, and Israel couldn't do anything. So I believe it was a fair fight, man. I believe it was a good judgment because in a lot of fights you get messed up judges and stuff like that. But he's probably gonna go back down to light heavyweight or wherever he was at, or he moved up to light heavyweight, I believe, and he's gonna move back down to where
So he won't fight again. You don't think it'll be a rematch?
No, I don't think they'll fight again. And I don't know why Dak got all that money, Jamal, but hey, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. That's why he got that money.
He was blessed. Hey, Jamal, I said it. I was like, man, I really contradicted myself because I said he wasn't getting the money. He was damaged goods. And then I turned around and wake up yesterday and the boy got this money. So I don't know. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I got off of it, but Israel's still one of the greatest. All right, the style bender, man, got his style bent this week. And, hey, look, I like the UFC. And I was watching these young black dudes, man. They was coming up in the UFC. And he took a tough one, man, but he gonna bounce back, man. The style bender be back doing what he do. And
yeah, we're gonna have a guest here shortly on the UFC, one of the professional guys.
Yeah.
I got some stuff we rolling, cooking up. I got some stuff up my sleeve, cooking up. May have a couple guests, some real, revolutionist type people. They can, bring some history to us and to our people as well. So we'll have some, interesting guests coming on our show in the next couple weeks, just to let you guys know some, real revolutionists, man. People that really gonna tell us about history and about sports and about everything, about community and the whole nine. So be prepared for that. Got some nice special guests coming up in the next couple weeks.
I got you, man. We got you.
Yes, sir. On this here on Game Point.
It's here on Game Point on the Art Network. Shouts out to my man Golden with the Colorado roots, man. Hey, and we gonna keep it moving, get up out of here, man. See y'all on Friday, man. This is Game Point Sports, man. Y'all keep it cracking, cause Game Point all about that action. We out.
No fingerprints.